Hello guys and welcome to Crypto Gems. In today's video I'm going to talk about my 7 top crypto picks for 2022. Obviously nothing I say on this channel is financial advice, so if you're interested in any of the projects that I talk about today, make sure you go and do your own research before investing any of your own money. Without further ado guys, let's jump into today's video. Okay guys, so the first coin we're going to look at today, some of them are going to be large market cap coins, some of them are going to be small ones, which obviously come with their own risks. However, my first pick is Ethereum, which is the number 2 cryptocurrency. We're going to look at all of them on CoinMarketCap first and then explore some reasons as to why I am so interested in these particular coins. Right now, the Ethereum price is set around $3,000. The all-time high sat at $4,800. And you can see today we've had a push of 4.49%. The Ethereum market cap is $361 billion, which is obviously pretty large. So in terms of percentage increase for larger market cap coins like this, guys, you can't really expect to be seeing huge percentage increases like you might see in smaller market cap coins, because for this to double in size, it needs $361 billion. So if you're putting in $100 and expecting $200 out, $361 billion needs to flow into Ethereum. That's a lot of money. Obviously, that affects a few different things, but larger market cap coins do tend to have lower risks associated with them. Ethereum is a community-run technology powered by cryptocurrency Ether and thousands of decentralized applications. It was like the first of its kind platform to allow smart contracts to be built onto the platform. Now, if you think about all the other things that have been used and built on Ethereum, this is what gives it the real value. More recently, you've seen NFTs taking off, and NFTs originally were built on the Ethereum blockchain. They do have other places that they can be built. But stuff is happening in Ethereum right now. In terms of what's happening in the future, Ethereum is going to change its model in the coming months, which is going to move it from a proof of work to a proof of stake. And that enables it to cut down in size from an inflationary asset now moving into a deflationary asset. As well as that, you've got over 10 million Ethereum now locked in ETH's 2.0 staking contract ahead of a planned upgrade for the proof of stake blockchain and data from analytics tool Dune Analytics. At the moment, there are a few teething problems with Ethereum, such as really high gas fees, which are transaction fees associated with the platform, but the upgrade is due to sort out this issue, and that for me is really the thing that's holding back Ethereum. Once this is put into place and proven, Ethereum is going to start burning a huge amount more Ethereum. They're already burning Ethereum quite a lot, and by holding tokens and their tokens decreasing in supply, that means that the tokens in all are going to go up in value. So as granddaddy of smart contracts, Ethereum is really where I have the majority of my portfolio in terms of where I see prices going. This year, I think around $5,000 to $5,800 is a potential place where I'll be looking to take some profits. Seeing it right now, we are sat around $3,000. Below $3,000, Ethereum is a good value in my own opinion. Moving on to the second coin, obviously Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the granddaddy of the whole of the cryptocurrency market. There were attempts to create cryptocurrencies back in the 80s, but Bitcoin was created in the end of 2008 by a mystery person called Satoshi Nakamoto. He created the coin off the back of the financial crisis of 2008, where the banks were hiding lots of the things that were going on within them and eventually lost a huge amount of money. Bitcoin is a completely decentralized, run by computers, not by people, way of sending value to other people all around the world. It's kind of seen as a digital gold. It only has a total supply of 21 million coins. There are new coins being added all the time as rewards for the computer systems that are running the blockchain, but that keeps halving every 4 years. And eventually there will be no more coins added to the system. So ultimately, as a deflationary asset, people are losing their wallets all the time, etc. So the number of Bitcoin in supply is probably starting to decrease. But obviously it's the original. There are other coins that kind of come in and boast to do the same thing, but it's the most decentralized because it's the most widely used cryptocurrency. It's got a market cap of $771 billion right now. We have seen highs for the Bitcoin price towards $70,000. Currently, the Bitcoin price sat at $40,500. And you might be thinking that that's a lot of money, but you don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. You can buy smaller portions of Bitcoin because of the size of the market cap in Bitcoin, it being the most well known about and one of the most traded by institutions. It ultimately is a lower risk asset than some of the other cryptocurrencies that I'm going to talk about today. In terms of what's going to drive the success of Bitcoin into the future, We've seen a huge amount of inflation happening in the USA, as well as much of Europe and the rest of the world, where people are printing more money to cope with the problems caused by coronavirus and overspending by governments, etc. Whereas Bitcoin, because there's no ability to inflate the number of Bitcoins, ultimately it's going to be a great hedge against inflation, which is going to start to take hold this year. Right now we're seeing the DXY, or the dollar index, looking extremely high, but it's running into stiff resistance. It's not seen highs like this for a number of years, so potentially we're going to run into resistance for the dollar's going to come down. We're going to see prices in Bitcoin and the rest of the cryptocurrency markets going crazy. Bitcoin moves and the rest of the cryptocurrency markets move much more aggressively. That's because the market cap, again here, very, very big, $771 billion. To go up 10%, you need to add $77 billion to the price of Bitcoin. So you're putting in $100, you want it to go up $10. It's going to take $770 billion to go into Bitcoin for that to happen. So obviously with smaller investments, you're less likely to be able to go and make billions and millions of dollars. But overall, the future for Bitcoin is pretty bright in my opinion, and a good place to get interest where you wouldn't be getting interest in banks, etc. Jumping on to my third token today is Solana. Guys, Solana has a market cap of $33.7 billion. It does a lot of things similar to what Ethereum does, but boasts that it does it much cheaper and much quicker and more efficiently, which makes Solana a good pick in my opinion, because a lot of things are now being built on Solana instead of on Ethereum. You have Solana NFT markets growing quite aggressively because they don't come with the heavy transaction or gas fees that Ethereum do. It's also a great way to transfer cash around the world because it's super cheap and super fast to do so. The Solana price climbed to an all-time high of $258, currently sat at around $100, which for me makes it quite a nice discount available on this particular token. And again, pretty linked to the Bitcoin price. So we see Bitcoin moving, we can see Solana taking aggressive moves too. This is another platform that makes it very easy for developers to come in and utilize the software and build it into their existing businesses and enable them to come up with lots of different functions that maybe they were not able to use before. You can see currently, guys, 2,277 transactions per second are being run through the platform and a huge amount of transactions going on. What's key to look at, guys, the average cost per transaction is super low, and this is why it's now the fastest growing ecosystem in crypto. It's going to help with the expansion of Web3, NFT markets, etc. And that for me is where the money is to be made this year. So anything that supports those platforms is for me a really solid pick. In terms of price predictions for future, I think we could be seeing a $400 Solana this year. Now, obviously that all hangs in the balance with Bitcoin right now, which is looking a little bit ominous, but we'll see exactly what's going on. If Solana starts to pump, we can see it moving very aggressively because it's a slightly smaller market cap than we've already seen today. Now, moving on to the fourth pick for today, we're going to look at Polkadot. Polkadot has a market cap at the moment of $17 billion, with the coin token price at $18 right now. We've seen highs through the year beyond where it is right now, which is what makes it such a great discount. It's seen highs of $53 all the way back around March last year, which is showing me that there's potential for growth because we're way below where we've been in terms of market cap in the past. Now, Polkadot is doing a similar kind of job to Ethereum, Solana, etc., but uses different parachains in order to run its ecosystem. And if you're wondering what parachains are, well, parachains are advanced next generation layer 1 blockchains that descend the limitations of legacy networks, specialized and interconnected. Parachains make up a diverse ecosystem of independent platforms, communities and ecosystems, improving the way we connect online. Instead of everything running through one channel like it does on Ethereum, etc., it all runs through these different chains which are all connected through one hub. It's very simple to implement this technology onto your company or business in order to benefit from all the different ways in which the ecosystem runs. It offers loads of cool different features such as interoperability, economic and transactional scalability, easy blockchain innovation, high energy efficiency, security for everyone, user-driven governance. Also extremely cheap to send the token around, and one of the ones that I use to send transactions because it's super quick and cheap and efficient to do so. I also believe Polkadot is fairly underrated right now because it's such an amazing technology, but still at a very heavily discounted price. It's never really seen a huge boom towards the upside like perhaps the other cryptos have, and I can see Polkadot really surging and hitting $300 to $400 towards the end of the year from the current price of just under $20 makes it a good buy in my opinion. Now next on my list is vechain token, currently priced at around 5.5 cents per token. Now I want you to remember, guys, it doesn't really matter the actual token value. The token value is basically the market cap divided by the number of tokens. So it all depends on the market cap and the number of tokens. Vechain has an insanely large number of tokens available and a smaller market cap than Bitcoin, which is why the price per token is extremely low. But obviously it's all about the percentage increases that you really need to care about. Market cap here, $3.5 billion. It's previously seen highs of around 22 cents, so it's around a quarter of its previous value with lots of potential to grow. Now, vechain is a public blockchain that derives its value from activities created by members within the ecosystem solving real-world problems. And it's this that makes this such an important project, in my opinion, because it allows for lots of different things to happen. And for me, it's big because it's all about transactions. So many things now are bought online, whether that be through Amazon or other places like that. Vechain is all about making online payments more transparent, safer and quicker and cheaper than they have ever been before. There's a controllable transaction lifestyle with block, ref and expiration transaction fields. Users can set the time when transactions are processed or expires being included in block. There's fee delegation, flexible transactions for delegation schemes such as designated gas payers, enable a freemium model within a decentralized application to onboard users, multi-task transactions, transaction dependency, etc. Considering pretty much every business in the world runs through payments and online transactions now, this for me is a really solid platform because it's going to offer a great solution for many different businesses out there. In terms of where I see it going, we've already seen it surge past 22 cents. If it can push towards 50 cents, then you're looking at an 8x gain on current prices. Obviously, again, linked towards Bitcoin and see what's happening in the Bitcoin price, but vechain can move very aggressively due to having the smaller market cap I've already mentioned for other coins. Next on the list, guys, is Gala Gaming. Current market cap, $1.26 billion. Current price at around $0.18 per token. It's seen highs of 42 cents not that long ago, just at the end of last year. Now, Gala Gaming, as you probably know from the name, is a gaming or play-to-earn gaming platform and was the first of its kind to offer anything like that. As we move towards Web 3.0 and metaverse stuff that's going on, play-to-earn gaming is just going to surge and continue to surge in popularity. By owning tokens in Gala Gaming, you're assuming that gaming industry within crypto is going to be going up and play-to-earn gaming specifically is going to become more valuable. Now, obviously, people love playing games and obviously people love earning money. So if you put those two things together, it's a pretty much dead cert, in my opinion, that it's going to become more valuable as time comes on. There are lots of other gaming platforms and play-to-earn games. However, the Gala games themselves are much more playable, much more enjoyable than perhaps other games around. They focus more on the gameplay as well as the rewards. As well as that, they have marketplaces for NFTs and loads of other features. There's ways of earning passive income on the website as well. So for me, it wouldn't be unusual to see Gala reaching something like $1, maybe even beyond that by the end of this year. Currently around 18 cents. You can see that that's already more than a 5x potential on Gala games. Now, as I've already mentioned, guys, Web3, the metaverse, and as things are starting to change, anything that positions itself well within this could well be a sure bet, in my opinion. Now, obviously, there's lots of companies competing to do this, but bepro Network is one that I've had my eye on for a while and is starting to make moves. It's only got a market cap of $30.2 million, whereas we've been looking at all the other ones with sort of billion-dollar market caps. This is, in the crypto world, extremely small. So what that means for us, guys, if it can go to 300 million, you've already got a 10x. If it can go some to like $3 billion, which is not outrageous, you've then got 100x on your hands. Obviously not guaranteed, but right now you've seen it go up 21% today. In terms of a market cap increase, that's a raise of $6 million. A lot more people talking about this on YouTube. When it starts to get talked about on YouTube, lots of people start putting their money in. You can see percentage increases happening extremely quickly. It's still very low down from where it has potential to go. But this for me is a 100x token for this year because of everything it does. So jumping across the bepro website, you can see it's an autonomous protocol for decentralized development, specializing within the Web3 arena. They've already partnered with loads of huge brands and huge games, which you can see down below, which given the size of it right now is pretty exciting. It's building the future of Web3. bepro Network Protocol is a decentralized marketplace system that connects developers with operators or anyone looking to build open source development repositories, manage disputes in the network, participate in it, and earn token rewards by curating the system and providing development resources. So not recommending this is where you go and put all your money chasing those huge gains. With regards to smaller market cap coins, they are significantly riskier. The competition is obviously much higher, but if you can find one that comes off, you got potential of making hundreds of percent, maybe even 1,000% in terms of the gains. But it's obviously much safer to keep the majority of your portfolio in coins like Ethereum and Bitcoin, in my opinion. While you won't make those huge 100x gains in those, you also don't risk losing everything, in my opinion. So be very cautious of putting money into these platforms, guys, because especially the small ones, they can go to zero. So never risk any more money than you can afford to lose, as I've already mentioned earlier. So guys, that makes up my 7 top picks for cryptocurrencies for 2022. Go away and check out all of these. I recommend to look down below in the description where all of the different links for all of the websites will be available. And you can do your own research finding out whether or not they're going to be a worthwhile investment for you. Guys, if you got any value out of today's video at all, then please smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Thanks very much for doing that. And if you're new to crypto and you want to learn more about crypto picks for 2022, as well as things about the metaverse and NFTs, then make sure you subscribe to Crypto Gems to be kept up to date with all of the latest happening. Thanks very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon with another video. Bye-bye.